Breaking, we've got Model Y Performance now available in the US. You can place your order, you can place a deposit. And before we get all scared about some of the different language, let's go through a couple different things that I found super interesting because there's a lot more value with this Model Y Performance. And we'll address the cash topic because some of you might seen that it might be only cash. Well, spoiler alert, you might want to wait to the end because actually it is not just only cash, and we'll talk about that as well. But new Model Y Performance is finally available in the US. It's kind of funny that they released it on this last day of the quarter. 5 hours, maybe 6 hours to lock in with a $250 non-refundable deposit. And of course, if you're looking to do that, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, so you can get up to $1,000 off of your Tesla order. And we'll talk about some other discounts that I've already personally stacked to get an extra discount on a Model Y Performance. And so if you're looking to order, you might want to wait just a little bit longer just to make sure you get all your discounts lined up and everything. But here's the stats. No surprises here because this is essentially the same as Europe. 0 to 60 in 3.3, 155 top speed in a 308-mile range. New bumpers, new wheels, new seats, new 16-inch touchscreen, new side cushions within the seats and everything. I mean, all of this isn't necessarily a big surprise. And of course, if you go directly to the Tesla ordering page, you'll see that there is now a new drop down. When you go to click cash, you can actually see that there is a performance all-wheel drive, and I'm actually surprised about the price because if you guys remember, there was pricing earlier before where I was predicting this might be like a 58, 59, maybe even 60 plus. But for them to price it at 57,490, which when you factor the 7,500 federal tax for it, where you can only lock in today for 49,990, that's a crazy price at the end of the day, in my opinion. I mean, that screams crazy value, especially when you take a look at some of the different features that they've lined up here, like free colors. Everything is included. The wheels are included. The interior is actually free. So, I mean, I guess we'll talk about what build I went for. But if you guys have been listening on the channel, you know exactly which build I actually went for as well. And so let us know, did you also order a Model Y Performance today? And also, what's your build and what you're doing? Full self-driving, $8,000, home charger, $450. Here's where it gets interesting. So the first thing is that December of 2025 is when delivery starts. And so, I mean, if you look at that, that's at like 60, 90 days around this point, depending on whichever. So it's going to be quite a bit depending on when that actually is going to take place. And we'll address the cash versus finance versus lease thing in just a little bit. But right here, if we take a look at it, here's the first interesting thing. And actually, I itemized all of these, and shout out to Frunk to Trunk. I think he was one of the first people that actually posted about it and tagged me in everything. And I mean, you have to 100% order today. And the biggest thing is, don't forget about America's Hero and Lyft or Lyft or loyalty. There is a America's Heroes discount, whether you're a military first responder, teacher, student, or whichever. It's very easy to get. And yes, confirmation, this does stack with the loyalty, which is another $500. And so I'm actually getting $1,500 off, and I'll show you the exact breakdown and everything. But here's where it gets interesting with this. So the first thing, here's my order screen if you want to take a look at it. But here's the couple interesting things. The first thing is that lifetime premium connectivity is free, unlimited, and included for years to come. And so this is kind of interesting for them to include it because it's not like they needed to do this, but hey, either way they did. And what's actually even more interesting now that I'm thinking about it, them pricing the Model Y Performance at 57 whichever, 490, that's actually less than a launch series. And so very, very, very interesting for them to do that. But that's like a side thing here, which of course we'll talk about that maybe like in the next few days or whichever. But if we take a look at this, tow hitch is also free. That's like another $1,000 to $1,500 value. All colors are free to qualify for the $7,500. Cash only as per on the website, but we'll talk about how that is actually not going to be the case. We already have proof. Delivery starting in 2025. Loyalty 500 qualifies, and America's Hero $1,000 qualifies as well. Here is my exact build configuration. I went with diamond black with the white interior. As you guys been knowing, we've had like 9 Teslas so far, not consecutively, but 9 Teslas, and I've always wanted a black with white interior Tesla, and it seems like maybe finally I'm going to be getting a black with white interior Tesla in the near future in December. But you can see the sales incentive, $1,500 for the loyalty and the America's Heroes, does stack. And so don't forget about these extra discounts. I know it's going to be exciting for you to try and buy really quickly, but you got to make sure you get all these, various discounts lined up and everything before you place the deposit and everything. So yes, you essentially have 4, 5, maybe 6 hours at this point to get your order in. And of course, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, so you can get up to $1,000 off of your Tesla vehicle purchase. And thank you to everybody that's used our Tesla referral code in the past and in the future. All colors are free, and so I imagine a lot of people are going to be going for Quicksilver and Ultra Red. I kind of fell into that same camp as well when we got the launch series, and so it is very interesting to see them do that. And we'll see, maybe December. I mean, December's not that long. It's like 3 months, 2.5 months at this point. We'll see. Hopefully they can quickly roll this out for a much quicker rollout for deliveries and everything. And it's going back to the premium connectivity screen. I know some of you might be wondering, because it just says free premium connectivity. It doesn't say unlimited, but here's how it actually shows in an all-wheel drive long range. You can see it says 30-day trial. So I would imagine, because that's what it says, it is a lifetime trial here, or lifetime premium connectivity, as long as it stays with the vehicle. And so let's address the elephant, or the small elephant, or the big elephant in the room here, in which that when you go to the Tesla ordering page to order your Tesla Model Y Performance, it only shows for cash under the Performance all-wheel drive. When you go to lease, it disappears. When you go to finance, it disappears. Leasing makes sense because the $7,500 is going away. Financing, though, I say it does make sense in this way. And here is why. And they maybe should have pivoted and maybe created a different landing page, or I don't know what they should have done here, because here's why they necessarily probably didn't post it. Is because if you think about it, financing 60 to 90 days is a long time from now. And I mean, we already know there's a couple different rate cuts planned ahead potentially. And so 3.99 is probably not going to be what the rate is. And so it's going to change a lot. And so I kind of wish maybe that is, because it's kind of confusing, and I gotta admit, it is probably pretty scary when you land on a page like this. You're about to try and buy a Model Y Performance, and you feel like all you can do is pay cash for it. At least that's your options, but that is far from the case. If you bought Teslas before in the past, you know that this page is literally just a deposit page. It's kind of just showing you numbers. You can change everything and anything afterwards. It actually kind of doesn't even matter what you put on this page, because everything can be changed, whether you want to switch from cash to lease or finance, or if you want to switch from different colors, different wheels. All of that is, none of that is locked in, and everything can be changed simply just by clicking a few buttons on the app after you place your deposit. All you really need to decide at this point on this page is essentially what colors you want. Sort of, you can always change that, but really it's, do you want to buy, or at least not even do you want to buy, because do you want to be put on a list to potentially buy, to give it another chance to buy a Tesla vehicle? Because what happens after this is that you get the $250 deposit placed in, you're put on a list, and then they'll reach out to you and say hey, your Tesla Model Y, your VIN is available. Do you actually want to buy it? And then you actually have to make a decision. And so that's why I've really stressed for a while, at this point, you just really need to decide, is $250, are you worth plunking that down to get on the list for the next list to buy a Tesla or not? And of course, if you're going to be doing that, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, so you can get up to $1,000 off of your Tesla vehicle. In fact, and so if you think about it, 3 months away is a long time for them to try and lock in interest rates. And so that's probably why they're not putting that on this screen at the moment. And so more than likely, actually, we know this because Raj from Tesla said this, quote, customers placing an order now will be given an option to finance when it's closer to delivery. And it's right under the Model Y Performance page, and it makes sense because they don't want to lock in anything, or they don't want to give any false numbers. They want to really make sure that you know what numbers you need to get before ordering or before picking up your vehicle. Ordering, it just puts you on the list. It's essentially just an interest list for you to pick up your Tesla Model Y and everything. And so let us know what your thoughts are. Let us know what you're thinking. It is a very interesting time for sure, because Tesla has released the Model Y Performance this late in the game and everything. And, I'm not even afraid of this. Like, even if, I can't necessarily finance it from Tesla, there's plenty of other resources, other banks that will happily give you money to buy a vehicle as well. It might not be as good as 3.99, but there's other rates that are very close. And maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow as we start to plan. I mean, it's kind of early to talk about, to be honest, because we're 60 to 90 days from it actually releasing, actually getting delivered. And so that's like future Dennis's problem. Dennis today just has to figure out, do I want to put up $250 or $250 to place a deposit on a vehicle? And then future Dennis can figure out how to finance it with all the different resources that, I mean, if you want to take a quick look at the resources, definitely check out our Patreon group down below in the description, where after you join, you get access to our credit union and bank list that shows all the different interest rates that they're pretty much as good as Tesla at this point. 3.99 is good. It's easy because it's through Tesla, but there's other ones that, are, if you can't get approved through Tesla, then there's other options as well. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We do have a giveaway on the channel right now where we are giving away not just one, but 3 Tesla action robots to you all, to kind of say thank you to everybody that's supported the channel. Hit the like button, the comments, and hit the subscribes, the like button as well. And so if you want to win one of 3, here is the exact giveaway link right here. I'll paste it so that, whoa, interesting. I didn't know I can actually do that. I'll post it right here, and it's free to enter. Multiple entries are allowed. And what we're doing that's different with this one is that there's a secret code that you can enter in. And yesterday and today's secret code, there's 7 total secret codes. Yesterday and today's secret code is FSD version 14. So FSD V14. That's the secret code, so you can get even more entries. And then tomorrow we'll probably give out a new one. 7 total free codes or secret codes as we get to the end of the giveaway and everything. But let us know what your thoughts are. Let us know what you're thinking.
Now that you've bought your Tesla, or you're about to buy your Tesla, did you know that it comes with 0 accessories? Seriously, not even a phone mount. But don't worry, we've got you covered. In my opinion, there's a few must-haves that every Tesla owner should get, like a phone mount so your phone doesn't fly off during acceleration, a center console organizer because without it, you're going to lose a bunch of stuff, and my newest favorite, an invisible underscreen station mount from Jowa, a great place to store sunglasses. And all of these accessories plus more you can get from our partner Jowa. And these accessories are good because I actually use all of their stuff. And if you use our promo code down below in the description, you can save some money and support the channel as well. But Jowa doesn't stop at just the basics. They've got a wireless game controller that fits perfectly in the glove box, a portable air compressor for peace of mind on those long road trips, and even an electric scooter, because why walk from the superchargers or level 2 chargers? So not only will you save some money by using our promo code down below in the description, you can also get free shipping on orders over $120. So definitely check it out, link down below in the description. Thank you to Jowa for partnering with us on this channel, and let's get on to the next topic.